Hey guys, that's Glue25
and Archer9234
with episode 49 Ranger Review. Today we have the new Power Rangers 2011 Power Ranger Samurai, the Retrofire Megazords. Finally, after about a year and a half, we finally got back the Retrofires. But this time, it's not a cardboard box, it's a circular box. What's really funny is that they say Power Ranger Samurai, but it says Retrofire Series.
And it shows the show logo.
And it shows the logo on the top of the Power Ranger logo. The box art looks really nice instead of the whole cardboard stuff. It's
loosely based off the
Bionicles.
The Bionicle containers.
But instead, it's see-through, so you can see what you get instead of the Bionicles, where they were just pieces. So we have now the s.p.d. Megazord and the Jungle Pride Megazord. Just like the others, also really posable, and they each have their own specific weapon. So s.p.d. Megazord has this big gun. The Jungle Pride has the Torn Fuzz and the new additional claws. Alright, so now we have the s.p.d. Delta Squad Megazord, aka the Deca Ranger Robo and Deca Rangers. Really cool. Just like all the others, really is posable.
Yeah, it pretty much has the same posable joints from the previous versions.
And there's also the peg and butt.
Yeah, unfortunately in this set, to make it cheaper, they had to remove the stand and stickers in order to reduce the price from $16 to $12.
Technically it's from 10 to 12, but it's actually a better concept because if you have the other, like say you have extras of the stands, instead of putting the Wild Force, the MMPR Megazord, or the High Octa Megazord, the Thundersource and Magic King and all that, you can actually put these on too.
Yeah, so they're compatible with the older stands.
Just like all the Retrofires, the shoulder pads actually come off.
Yeah.
But this time, the funny thing is that only one side only does it. Pink can't do it for some reason. Now, the only bad part I don't like about this, besides the posability is really good, the judgment sign on Pink, it doesn't move at all.
Certain details are like removed, like the car's vehicle numbers and like mainly gray paint where it would go where the lights were, they're not included on the set.
You guys can see this thing actually looks like the Delta Squad Megazord, but it doesn't have that much details. Now, the head does move like always, but you can barely see the visor now. Because even in the deluxe version, it was really hard to see the visor anyways. Like Archer said, the gray paint on the legs, the hands, everything.
So it loses that little bit of detail.
But instead we have a bigger gun now.
Yeah, this is way bigger compared to the actual pistol they used in the show. It's loosely based off the movie version of the gun.
The movie version of Deca Ranger had the blast buggy, the gun was really big. Now the difference that I don't like about this gun is, besides it being gray, it's not painted. Most of the times, the weapons would have been painted, but this is just plain gun. I was hoping maybe the blue, yellow, and red would be at least on the pistol front, but it's not. And you only can hold this on one side, the left side, where yellow is. Because for Pink, it just grabs it from the side. It will look like it's firing right at you.
You can pretty much be posed in any direction. You can also try to recreate the pose that we used inside the movie.
Yeah, the movie one, since you can actually bend.
Yeah, so you can kneel him down.
You can actually kneel him down and, pretend he's doing the firing charge. And yellow actually has an elbow joint where you can actually bend it. So it looks like it's actually reloading the pistol and just firing at it. I mean, it's a cool little thing. The really good detail about it is even the wheels are see-through. You can actually see the wheels on the Megazord. So that's really a really cool little feature. But like we said, you can use the stand for the others because they are compatible. Same features as the others. Alright, so now we have the Jungle Pride Megazord, aka the Geki Toja from Juken Sentai Geki Ranger. Just like the Jungle Pride. The only thing I don't like is how yellow's feet look like. It looks like a brighter yellow.
Yeah, the yellow is like, it's sort of like a lighter, brighter yellow compared to the darker yellow.
It's like a neonish yellow.
Yeah.
Compared to this yellow, which was actually the correct kind of yellow.
Yeah, it's more close to an orangey yellow.
So, you know, it's not bad. Just like the others, it's really posable like the rest, okay? But this time, you can actually bend the feet really far up to down here. So that's really nice to see. So it looks like you can actually jump. Now the only con about this is that you have the two little, I guess,
the feet pieces.
The feet pieces. Just like the Imperial Megazord and the Wild Force Megazord, they had these in the middle.
They acted like skirts.
Yeah, when you bend it like this and you pose it for after a long periods of time, it will actually stay up. So it's really kind of annoying if you like pose with the Jungle Pride or the Megazord and did a like sword slashing pose from like the air. After a while, this will actually stay up. You would actually bend it down or stick it down really for like a long time in order to put it back in position. Just like the others, head moves, but this time the elbow joints on both sides move, and the fist can actually rotate 360. Now the weapons that you come with is a tonfa. This tonfa staff is just like in the deluxe version, but instead it wasn't a solid one like this. It actually bends because it's plastic. It has yellow's, cheetah's tail, jaguar's tail, and a lion's tail. That's how they would make it. Now the interesting feature is that in this one we have the claws, these claw-like things. What they do is you just put it on the Jungle Pride. It's an H shape on the arm, on the hand.
So it falls out relatively easily.
And it doesn't really stick that well either, so you gotta be careful on that part. And you actually have him with claws. In this way, he looks like he's Wolverine, in my opinion, because Wolverine has the big
this wasn't in the show at all. And it kind of also looks like Kamen Rider Oz's Kamakiri form with his weapons.
Yeah, maybe it's a fashion to O's too. So just to put on top of us, same as always, you just put it in, push it in the hole. Yep, and sometimes in the beginning you would have to try to use something to stretch out the arm and just hold it. And now in this way, he looks, you know, pretty cool. But the claws are not really that necessary. But they do add a little kind of cartoony-ish Wolverine feeling to it. Because technically it is an animal, so you know, it's not that bad. I must admit that this line is actually a better improvement compared to the past years of Retrofires. Everyone, like, the second wave was just the Thundersaurus, the Valve Max, and the Magic King. Those were actually pretty hard to get and they weren't really that wide release, so people had a hard time trying to find them and they were actually pretty expensive online. And just like in the show, when the Jungle Pride actually does the spinning attack,
it's still in the toy too.
You can do it. Yay, there's something really cool about that. This is actually a cool feature. I really do like the new Retrofire line. It actually does have a better schematics to it. You can pose them like this. I actually find, and the new boxes are really good because you can stack them up now instead of just displaying them, stacking them up. They look really nice.
And you can keep them. They're not like, you know, cheesy, those really hard, difficult ones that you have to open and then you rip and draw.
Funny thing is that they actually said collector's edition on this box too, which is really cool. And the funny thing is that even though it's a samurai, they actually have the original logo of every single series. But you know, this is actually, I would recommend getting these, but if you guys don't have them yet, just wait patiently because they just released in stores and not many stores have them yet from what I've seen and from what people have said on Major Board. So just take some time and you'll find them. But that's it for these Retrofires. Join us next time for the Power Ranger Samurai, the Swordfish Sword. If you can't subscribe, we'll see you next Saturday.
It might also be risking the break because it might wear out over time.
Because it's a plastic and they actually can break because it doesn't have anything on the back. It's just a little piece of plastic. You can have them like that. It actually looks kind of funny like that anyway though.
It looks more like a Bionicle that way.
Now it does.
I also noticed something really weird. The Retrofire series is the only toy that shows the word Saban with the Power Ranger Samurai logo. If you look at every other toy, the name Saban is missing on there for some weird reason.